we're doing this year is certainly different than what we've ever done, and certainly different for our industry. Typically this time of year, we're out there, our salesmen are out talking to dealers, trying to get them to sit down with them and do some planning for fall, winter, and spring equipment needs. And every year a dealer typically has to qualify for a particular program by putting in a certain dollar amount of orders. And we know the last couple of years have certainly been different in our industry and different in the economy. Dealers are trying to shrink their inventories down a little bit. So what we've done, instead of our salesmen going out there and talking to the dealer and saying, hey, you've got to hit this certain dollar level or else you're not going to be qualified at the level you've been used to. We're going out there and saying, okay, we understand you have land pride inventory, both in paid inventory, on floor plan. You may not need a whole bunch more inventory to hit that qualified level. So what we've said is, if you were qualified in 2009, 2010, you're going to be qualified at the same level in 2010 and 2011, basically without doing anything. Well, a couple things. One is to not overload dealers with inventory that they don't need right now. If they've got a bunch of inventory and paid inventory or on floor plan, to sit down and say, I got to order another $100,000 worth of inventory to qualify for where I was at last year, and I don't need that right now, and I'm not sure I'm going to need that much, going forward. So we've said, fair enough, that makes sense for all of us. So, but yet we don't want that dealer to have to go backwards in his discount level. So we're saying, we're working with you, let's qualify you at last year's. You were good for us last year, we're going to say you're good for us this year. But what we still need the dealer to do is we still have an early order program. We still need to be able to sit down with that dealer and say, let's talk about your plans for the fall, winter, and early spring needs, because you are going to need equipment. You may feel like you have enough there, but is it the right product? So we still need to sit down and do early order like normal. The pressure is off to hit a certain dollar level. So if you need $50,000 worth of equipment and that doesn't really hit your typical level, we're going to say fine. You're going to stay at your typical level that you were at last year. But we still need, between the dealer and us, we still need that early order so the dealer can plan his needs and we can plan our production. Because if everybody waits to order, come February, we're not going to be able to build it and or deliver it all. So we still need to go through that early order process. Some of the pressure is off to hit a certain dollar level. So we think it's a win-win for the dealer, so he's not loading up with equipment he doesn't necessarily need right now. We're not getting orders that may not mean a lot, but yet the orders we're getting, we're going to know what to build, what to plan for. Lead times from a lot of our vendors are quite long, and if we don't plan today for what we're going to build in December, then we're going to lose it. So we feel like it's a great deal for us and the dealers as well.